Hello everyone. This is your friend from Naruto Audio Fanfics, and we are back once again with a brand new fanfic. Which is what if Naruto hosted the ultimate multiverse tournament in Konoha, Naruto times Kasumi times Ayane times Harem, Part 1. If you enjoy this story, don't forget to hit the like button, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing Naruto fanfics like this. So without wasting any more time, let's start today's fanfic. This story all begins with a young boy, a newcomer of fighting, who wishes to be known as number one and respected by others, a young child at heart but body of a warrior whose destiny surrounds him in darkness and light. His name is Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto Uzumaki, a boy born with a cruel destiny. Naruto was born in a village hidden in the leaves. But fate was cruel to him during the night of his birth, losing both of his parents and having the nine-tailed fox Kurama within. Naruto dealt with 16 years of hatred. But within that hatred he found a way of dealing with it, making friends from enemies, and as some friends became enemies, Naruto grew and became one of the most powerful ninjas there was. The village idiot some would say, but young Naruto Uzumaki has climbed from the ranks of his weakness and has grown to be a powerful ninja. In the village hidden in the leaves, the will of fire that burns within his soul has many times given him strength to overcome many challenges. At last there were tough and hard times with his childhood, but nonetheless stop him from becoming leader of his village. His number one dream, but shortly an event that nearly left Naruto to a point of being helpless after a special promise he made to a friend. After losing a ninja whom he believed was worthy of being called his best friend, Naruto sent out on a 3 years training around the world with the Toad Sage Jiraiya, who was one of the students of the third Hokage and was one of the 3 Sanins. For 3 years the two traveled together, discovering new lands and meeting new people. Some became new friends and some became new enemies. But none of it would matter. Once those 3 years were up, Naruto and Jiraiya would return to the land where Naruto calls home. However, the bonds Naruto made within the new lands he has discovered within 3 years won't let go. There are some bonds that are worth keeping and some that are just unbreakable to shatter. Naruto will discover very soon. He is not alone as he think, nor is he the idiot many believe he to be. It wasn't long after 7 months since his return, Naruto Uzumaki has encountered many difficult challenges. Gaara's kidnap, a new Team 7 form, Sasuke sided with Orochimaru completely, the Akatsuki high on Naruto's tail, learning and controlling a new jutsu, and while doing so try to control the power of the 9 tails. These 7 months were difficult for Naruto to handle. Naruto's apartment. Naruto woke up in the morning. It has been raining for 3 days. Naruto watched the rain as the sound of rain reminded him of the day he left the modern lands and returned back home. Naruto didn't want to leave behind everything he has made and done and everyone he has met and became friends with. Flashback. Pervy Sage, why can't I say goodbye to them? Naruto said as Naruto and Jiraiya were in the courtyard. Naruto, you don't belong in that world. The both of us don't belong here. We are part of a world on the other side, and that side we will remain. Jiraiya said without looking back. That doesn't make sense. Pervy Sage, you got to be kidding me. Why? Tell me why. Everything seems perfect for me. I made new friends, and I saved and helped a lot of people. Naruto said as his heart ached with being forced to go back to his homeland. Naruto, you idiot. Do think Konoha allow you to leave? Why do you think I'm here with you? So Konoha would know their knucklehead ninja didn't leave them behind. He didn't betray them by joining another village, or leave behind those cares about you. Jiraiya said. Why should I even care about them? Naruto shouted. Why should I even give a single about them? They wanted me gone. All I am to them is an annoying ninja, a dead last, a dropout, an outcast. If it wasn't for me, Tsunade Ba-chan wouldn't become Hokage. If it wasn't for me, who would stop and save Gaara? Naruto growled. And if it wasn't for you, then Sasuke Uchiha may have stayed in Konoha. You made a promise, Naruto, or did you forget? You made a promise and swore to me that you will stop at nothing to save and bring back Sasuke Uchiha. Or does Naruto Uzumaki can't keep his promise, breaking his ninja code, his ninja way? I know what all of this seemed to you, Naruto. But the 4th Hokage and 3rd sacrificed their lives for the sake of the village. You yourself would do the same, would you not? You want their respect, wasn't that your dream? Jiraiya said as the Toad Sage crossed over his arms. Damn it. Naruto bare his teeth. There are some things that never should happen. This is one of them, but think about it, Naruto. You did great good here, yes, but you also did brought harm as well. Remember the day of your training, the seal nearly cracked. Jiraiya said with a frown. That is because you touch it. Naruto snarled. Even so, I wasn't the one who put Kasumi in a coma for a month. Naruto's fists cracked. Naruto let out a sigh while frowning. Jiraiya placed his right hand on Naruto's left shoulder. I'm sorry, Naruto, I truly am, but happiest comes with a price all ninjas must bear. Naruto looked at his godfather. Jiraiya saw Naruto's eyes were blood red but soon vanish as they returned to their original blue. I made a promise. Naruto Uzumaki never break his promise. You win, pervy sage. Let go home. Naruto was frowning but deep down on the inside. He was furious as his heart was in such pain. He felt as if it was ripped out and was spat on. Naruto hated Jiraiya for what he said, but deep down he knew Jiraiya was cruel and cold he was to the young boy. Hey, pervy sage. Naruto's voice caught Jiraiya's attention. Yeah, Jiraiya asked as he turned his back. You think I could have lived a good life here? Jinchuriki or not? Naruto's question was. Jiraiya fall silence which angered the young Uzumaki. Naruto bare his teeth and held out his right hand as energy started to gather together within his right palm. Rasengan. Naruto shout. You idiot. Jiraiya dodged Naruto's Rasengan and strike him where the seal was. Naruto felt Jiraiya putting chakra into his seal. Naruto fell to his knees. Damn you, he said before he fell to floor blacking out. I'm sorry, Naruto. Truly I am, but you're just too important. Even if you did enjoy this new life, the Akatsuki would track you down even to this place. Jiraiya picked Naruto up, placing him over his right shoulder. Jiraiya looked back one last time before he ran off with Naruto, leaving behind a life worth so much to Naruto Uzumaki. End of flashback. Naruto stood up from his bed and looked over at a desk. He remained silent for a moment. He let out a sigh. The young Uzumaki went over to the desk and grabbed a piece of paper and started to write. For what he wrote was unknown to all but him. It took him about 4 hours to finish what he wanted. Once done, there were over 10 letters beside him, all finish. Knock, knock, knock. Naruto heard the sound of someone knocking on his door. Naruto answered the door only to smile who was there. Kakashi Hatake, Naruto's former sensei of Team 7. Naruto, you wanted to speak with me. Shizune told me you wanted have a word. So what's up? The copy ninja asked his young student. Actually, I needed you to do a little favor for me. Naruto smiled. Kakashi stared at the young ninja, wondering what he wanted him to do. Naruto handed Kakashi 10 letters as each of them had a different location that Kakashi wasn't familiar with. Can you send a messenger hawk to deliver this letters for me? I never really know how to do this, so can ya help? The Uzumaki asked. Do I get something out of this? Kakashi asked his young student, but the young ninja shook his head. No, but you will be helping me out. I am delivering letters to some friends of mine I made during my travels with Pervy Sage. It would really big help if you would do this, Kakashi-sensei. Kakashi saw Naruto's smile was filled with hope. Kakashi gave a nod and did what his young student asked of him. Okay, but first deliver the first 3 together and deliver the rest with 2. Naruto told Kakashi. Kakashi looked a bit confused for a moment. Naruto sighed at first but pointed and told Kakashi which letters should be delivered in what order and with what type of bird should be the one to do it. Once he left Naruto's apartment, Kakashi flipped from one letter to the next, as each one was for a different person. Douglas, Hayabusa Village, Kasumi, Dusan, Rochefort, Kazama were the main name Kakashi saw as he didn't look at the last 4 letters. He was surprised how many letters Naruto wanted him to deliver. 2 weeks later, somewhere in the modern lands, a large hawk flew in the sky as the brown color hawk flew over what appears to be a large village. The brown hawk flew down towards the village as the hawk flew inside a small tower. Inside the small tower were 2 men who had messenger birds like the ones in Konoha but a bit different from theirs. The 2 men opened the small black box that the hawk carried on its back. The 2 men found about 4 villages as each letter were Tai for the Hayabusa village, but each of them was written for 4 different people that lived within the village. I'll deliver these at once. One of the 2 men said. The man grabs the letters and quickly left the tower to deliver the letters to one whom was within the village at the moment. Hayabusa Village's Shrine Temple. Upon entering the temple grounds, at the temple grounds there was a young woman with long beautiful black hair. The young woman wore white Shrine Maiden outfit. Shrine Maiden Momiji. The man called her name. Momiji turned to see who called her name. The man walks over to the Shrine Maiden and hand over the letters to her. For me, she asked the man. These letters they were sent by someone of the name Uzumaki. They're 4 letters, one for you, Master Ryu, Ayane and Kasumi. The man told Momiji. Momiji was surprised by the news. The man gave Momiji the letters as the man bowed his head to the Shrine Maiden and took leave quickly. Momiji as she looked at the letters she has within her grasps. Ryu, Ayane are out on a mission. And Kasumi is out as well. I'll wait for them to return to tell them the news. Huh, what's this? Momiji thought. She saw that the letters were open. The seal on the letters were broken as Momiji could sense Naruto's chakra on each of the letters' seals. Momiji sat down on the stairs of the temple and decided to read the letter with her name on it. Dear Momiji. Hey Momiji-chan. It's me Naruto. I know it's a bit of a surprise to get a letter from me. I know you and everyone else is mad at me or not. I'm not sure how everyone felt when I leave. I'm not sure if you hate me or would call me a baka for leaving, ha ha ha. Anyway, if you're reading this letters, this mean I am either dead or I still never gain what I always wanted from my village. Either way, this is my goodbye letter to you Momiji-chan. If it wasn't for you or your skills as a Shrine Maiden, I would have been dead that day when my seal nearly cracked. I wanted you to know that I truly care about you and that the bond between us was worth it. I truly mean it. I always thought I was a failure and that I could never become a great ninja. But you and everyone show me there is more than knowing jutsu and being stealth to understand what it means to be a ninja. Thank you Momiji. Love Naruto Uzumaki. Momiji frowned for what she read. Her right hand tightened up in a fist. But suddenly she noted there was more as she saw a little arrow pointing to the back of the letter. Momiji turned around and saw more written down. P.S. I may not ever gain what I want from my village. But I know within the Hayabusa village I have friends that love and care about me. Though I am a Jinchuriki, the Hayabusa village made me know that I too am a human being. I Naruto Uzumaki am a ninja. One day we will meet again. Sis. A familiar voice called out to Momiji. Momiji looked to see Sanji. Sanji was one of the young ones whose dream is become the best ninja of the Hayabusa and hope one day to become Ryu Hayabusa's student. Sanji, Momiji said while smiling. Sis, Master Ryu and Ayane have returned. He informs Momiji. Sanji noted something while staring at Momiji. Sis, why are you crying? He said. Momiji gasped as she caught herself crying. Momiji wiped her tears away. It's nothing Sanji. Can you tell Ryu and Ayane to come here? There's something I want them, it's very important. Sanji nodded his head and ran off quickly. Naruto, I really hope you're doing well. I really do. Momiji thought. Somewhere in France. Young 23-year-old Helena Douglas, the illegitimate daughter of the deceased famed Douglas, once a former opera singer now, Helena is now the current head leader of the Dead or Alive tournament and of DOATEC. Alone within her office, Helena had her eyes closed while letting out a small sigh. She opened her eyes when she heard a knock on the door. Come in, she said. The doors open as a bald dark-skinned man wearing a black-colored suit enters the room. The man ran over to Helena's desk while panting hard for a moment to catch his breath. Helena, you got a letter, you're not gonna believe whose it's from. The man known as Zack said with a smile. Being curious what this letter was from whom. Zack handed over the letter to Helena. There was silence for a moment until Helena's blue eyes widened. But this is from. Helena gasped as Zack nodded. Ya got that right. I knew it, my boy didn't chicken out on us. I read my letter, but he said your letter is a bit more special if ya dig what I mean, ya know. Zack laughed while Helena looked away as her cheeks lightened up. Helena read her letter. Zack could see some disappointment in Helena's beautiful blue eyes. But however, when she closed her eyes for just a second. Zack, she said. Yes, Ms. Helena, he asked. I want to have a meeting with the ninjas, but also a few special guests. A large smile came across Helena's face. Yes, Mama. Zack nods. Few weeks later, somewhere in Konoha, there was a knock on Naruto's door. It was 7 in the morning, Naruto was bit of having a visitor in the morning, especially early of this hour. Naruto answered the door only to be greeted by Kakashi Hatake. Hey Kakashi-sensei, what brings you here? The Uzumaki yawned. Lady Tsunade would to see you. You have a visitor waiting for you. Kakashi said. Ba-chan, and there's someone who wants to meet me. Kakashi nodded. Get dressed, Lady Tsunade wants you now. Naruto nodded and went to get dress. Tsunade's office. Naruto Uzumaki enters the room to see Tsunade was sitting in her seat with a very unhappy look on her face. While Shizune was standing to Tsunade's right with a nervous look. Naruto entered the room to see there Tsunade and Shizune was, but there was one else there within the room. There were two people within the room besides Tsunade and Shizune. Those two people Naruto knew right away. A beautiful woman with beautiful blonde hair with blue strong eyes. The woman wore a dark blue dress with black high heel shoes. The second person was a young man with black hair. His dark eyes were strong and cold. He wore a black coat while wearing a white shirt underneath, wearing black pants to match his black coat and black shoes. Naruto was speechless upon seeing the two people. It's rude to say nothing to your guest, especially to some old friends. The young man spoke, as he smirked at the shocked Uzumaki. Jin, Helena, what brings you two here? How did you find out where I live? He asked them. It was easy. Tracking you down wasn't so difficult as we thought. Your letters was the first clue to your location. Helena smiled at the young Uzumaki. Would you explain yourself, Naruto? Sending letters to people whom I never know of. Tsunade said with a glare. Naruto walked over to Jin and Helena and sat down on the opposite couch. He sighs at first before he looks at Tsunade with a sad look on his face. It was 3 years back when Pervy Sage was training me. We discover new lands and new places to train. We did a lot of things in those 3 years, but mostly didn't have barely any time to train me. Most often he left me in the care hands of others who trained me. Jin and Helena are who I met in my stay in the other lands for 3 years. It's a really long story, Ba-chan, trust me. He said. Tsunade stared at her young Uzumaki and judged the look in his eyes and believe him. You can give me the full detail later, or I can hear it from that idiot Jiraiya's mouth later. But right now give me some detail. The elders of Konoha feel very threatened to know your friends could easily find our village. Tsunade sighed. To make a long story short, it all started 3 years ago. I enter a tournament called the King of Iron Fist Tournament 3. It was from there. I met Jin and many others fighters. I was new to the tournament and was easily floored. Though I was defeated and never made it to the final rounds. I had a blast though. It was from there I decided to take training of martial arts serious. Pervy Sage had vanished somewhere and I was left with no teacher, so one day while searching, I met an old man by the name of Gen Fu. He was cool looking old guy. He saw I was in trouble. I told him I needed a sensei who could teach me the art of fighting. Gen Fu spent about 2 to 4 months training me. It took some time but I got it done somehow. Naruto laughed. Go on. Tsunade said. Right. After half of my training was near completion, Gen Fu sent me on a task. He told me to enter a tournament that was called the Dead or Alive Tournament, or DOAT for short. I entered the tournament to test my skills. I was still a long way from how strong I wanted to be. It was there I met Helena. She defeated me in my 7th round in the tournament. I was only 2 fights away from the finals in the tournament. I came in 3rd place, but I did win a large sum of prize money. He smiled at the end. What did you do with the prize money? Shizune asked Naruto. I use half of it for my own ends. It was a small amount I used but gave the rest away for those really needed it. 50,000 he gave away. Helena spoke. Tsunade's and Shizune's nearly popped out of their heads. 50,000. Shizune was shocked to hear about much money Naruto won. What? Who did you gave it to you? Tsunade smashed her hands down on her desk while as she yelled. Gen Fu. He really needed. His granddaughter was very ill and needed the money for her treatment. As repayment for teaching me, I gave him the money he needed. But the money I gave him wasn't enough, but thanks to Helena here, everything turned out just fine. Naruto smiled at Helena as the woman smiled back at the young ninja. Wow, that is quite a story, Naruto-kun. Shizune grinned. I told ya, it's a really long story. Just a few hours alone won't be enough. He rubbed the back of his head while sweat dropping. Telling the story of the events that happens 3 years ago is quite a large ordeal. Jin said while looking at Tsunade. Indeed, but what brings you two here? Surely it's not just to see me, is it? Naruto smirked at his two friends. Actually, yes and no. Naruto, before you left that night, you left many of us greatly disappointed. You left behind many things behind. Not everyone will be happy to see you, especially after you leaving without saying a word. Jin explains to Naruto. Or even a goodbye kiss. Helena added. Naruto's facial expression stank down into sorrow. I know that, but I had to come back. I am needed here, he said with a frown. He knew he was bullshitting himself. He didn't want to leave, but he was forced to. What did this young idiot leave behind? Tsunade sighed at first as she asked Helena and Jin. Friends, family, teachers, a home, a pet and loved ones, and many others things. Helena told Tsunade. Tsunade turned her attention towards Naruto. Naruto looked away from Tsunade's sight. Naruto, did Jiraiya told you to leave this behind? She asked him. But Naruto didn't speak. He only remained silent for a long moment. Naruto. Tsunade spoke his name while staring at him. Yes, Ba-chan. He didn't just told me, he made me. He nodded. He sighed afterwards. Why? She asked. Because, he said, I am needed here. That this is my fate. I cannot have what I made there. Cannot have the life I always wanted. I am a Konoha ninja and always will be. Also, I made promises here and I never break a promise. And also, I'm a Jinchuriki. Yes, Jin and Helena know about it. They saw in action. The more Naruto told Tsunade, more depressed he felt about leaving everything behind, but also telling Tsunade or anyone of his friends in Konoha about this either. Tsunade knew there was more behind this than she knew. Jiraiya forced Naruto, yes, but she knows how strong Naruto was. Jiraiya wouldn't force Naruto by just words. She will find out the truth soon enough. Naruto, for now let us skip ahead of this matter. I will deal with this with Jiraiya whenever I see him again. Naruto, Shizune, Helena and Jin could hear the sound of Tsunade's knuckles cracking. Sure thing, Ba-chan. He gave her a nervous smile. So who are these two friends of yours? Please introduce them to us. Tsunade said as she smiled. This is Jin Kazama, the head of the Mishima Zaibatsu. Like me, he too carries a dark power within him, but he's as far different from mine. Naruto introduced Jin to Tsunade and Shizune as the young Kazama nod his head. This is Helena Douglas, the head of DOATEC. Her father was the former head of DOATEC, but he was assassinated. Helena took her father's place, and as I said, it's a long story behind everyone I have met. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. You also left out that I am your fiancé, darling. Helena chuckled. Tsunade's jaw dropped in awe shock while Shizune's eyes nearly popped out from the news. Naruto was blushing bad, while Helena was very calm after telling what her relationship with Naruto was. The room was silence with a long pause until Naruto spoke to break the silence. So Jin, how's your mother? Jun doing better now, is she? He asked the young Kazama. She's doing fine thanks to you. She's wanted me to ask you if you're coming back for this year's Thanksgiving. Lars, Elisa and Asuka already plan on coming. She's still kind of shocked about knowing my father being alive and him being head of G Corp. I don't see them able to look at one another for a long while. I don't know if they ever married before I was born. But she's single now. I can't blame her. Father's power hungry also tried to kill me and his old man twice. Also, she's made new flavor of ramen for you, a reward for what you did for the Kazama family. Jin explains to Naruto. That's good, I guess. He'd sweat drop. Naruto looked back at Tsunade, whose face paused in shock. Her golden eyes widened, still in shock, as her mouth hung open wide. Helena, how's Kasumi, Ayane and the super ninja? Naruto chuckled at his nickname for Ryu. Kasumi has recovered just fine. She looks forward seeing you again, and so are the others. I asked Ryu would he like to come with me to Konoha. But he said he rather not see the village that shaped you into the knucklehead youth. Kasumi wanted to come, but Ryu and Ayane forbid her. She has recovered, but she isn't at her full strength, not quite. Helena giggles at Ryu's comment on Konoha. That's Ryu for ya. Yeah, not a good idea to force Ryu into that kind of thing. It would have been nice to see everyone see me. Then again, I am pretty sure everyone is pissed at me for leaving. I can't blame them. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. Kana and Nita wanted me to give you this. Helena reached between her and pulled out a small card and handed it over to Naruto. Naruto opened the small card and smiled for what he read. Who's Kana and Nita? Shizune asked Naruto as Tsunade finally snapped out of the shock. Kana is a little girl who sees me as her big brother, though she called me father one time, he said with a big smile. And Nita? Shizune asked. Kana's half-sister and she's also Naruto's daughter, Helena said. Once again the room was silence with pause, until both Naruto and Jin counted down in their minds how long before certain busty blonde blew her top. She's your what? Tsunade shouted. Next chapter, Naruto's true strength. What Naruto left behind is Naruto's teachers, senseis. So far Naruto has other sensei though. Genfu martial art, Xinyi Liuhe Quan mind, intention and six harmonies fist, Chinese martial art. Ryu Hayabusa martial art, Hayabusa ninjutsu style. Paul Phoenix martial art, karate, judo style. Baekdu San martial art, taekwondo. Family, those who Naruto see as family or are family to him. Note those who listed as crush are those who really likes Naruto but has not pushed the relationship to the next level, being friend or best friend listed how close bond he has with them. Those of figure are those really close to Naruto, might know he's a Jinchuriki or know his childhood was shitty. Helena Douglas Naruto's fiancé. Momiji best friend, girlfriend. Kasumi best friend, crush. Kana daughter figure, Kana is the little girl from Ninja Gaiden 3. Nita daughter. Ayane sister figure, friend, crush. Elliot rival, friend. Hitomi friend, rival, crush. Zack friend. Tina Armstrong friend, crush. Gen Fu sensei, grandfather figure. Lily de Rochefort believes she's Naruto's true fiancé. Ryu Hayabusa brother figure, sensei. Paul Phoenix father figure, sensei. Elisa Boskanovich friend. Kunamitsu sister figure, rival, friend. Jin Kazama brother figure, friend. Asuka Kazama rival, friend, crush, her baka. Naruto left behind also weapons and gifts and items upon his journey on the other side of the world. He has done a lot of things during 3 years. He has a lot to caught up and do when everything comes together. Naruto been out of action for a while and has forgotten nearly everything his senseis, friends, loved ones have taught him. And yes, Naruto does have a pet, but who that pet is in question. It's not Roger or Roger Jr., or is it Kuma the fighter badass bear, or is it Alex the boxing raptor, or something else? She's your daughter. Tsunade shouted. Ba-chan, calm down. Naruto sweat drop. No. You shut your trap. Who's the mother? Is it you? Tsunade pointed at Helena. As much as that would be a pleasure, but sadly I am not Nitra's mother. I was a bit shocked to learn my fiancé had a daughter. But Nitra is a good girl. Helena explains to Tsunade. Naruto, how did you have a kid? You're only 16. You're too young to be a parent. How did this happen? Who's the mother? Did Jiraiya have something to do with this? Tsunade yell. Both Naruto and Shizune was surprised to see how pissed off Tsunade was. Naruto, you do not leave behind a child, especially if she your own child. Tsunade told Naruto. You don't think I know that? He yelled at Tsunade. You think I was fine leaving my daughter behind? I didn't get the chance to say goodbye to her. But I know she's in safe hands. I'm suffering right now just telling you. He sighed. Let calm down before this matter can get any nastier. Helena spoke. Naruto gave a nod as he calmed down while Tsunade also calmed down as well. How did you two find me? How did you really find where Konoha was? Naruto asked Jin and Helena. Again, it was easy, the letters you sent out was a big hint. Jin said. Naruto was still confused as how they find out where this land that was supposed to be a secret was being kept. Suddenly Naruto paused and slapped his forehead. You use Elisa, didn't you? He asked Jin as the young Kazama let out a small chuckle. Who's Elisa? Shizune asked Jin. She's Jin's personally bodyguard and also she's an android. Naruto explained. She's here, isn't she? He asked Jin. No, we only use her tracking skills to find your location. Took a while to find this place. Multiple hawks were sent from one spot to another before we could find this world of yours. Jin explains to his friend. I still want to know who the mother of your daughter is. Tsunade said with a stare. Nitra's mother is dead. Telling you won't matter at all. She's my daughter, so she my business, not yours, Ba-chan. Naruto said with a cold tone. Naruto, do you remember what everyone has taught you? Helena asked her young lover. Slightly. It's been 7 months I hadn't been using them. I was told or rather forced by pervy sage to forget what I learned. The martial arts, the jutsu I even left behind my weapons in the Hayabusa village. I feel like a noob again. The young Uzumaki sighed. A what? Shizune and Tsunade asked. Noob. It's a word all the kids like me use now these days. It when someone is not just a rookie but a completely newborn when it comes to certain things. As such my martial arts and the jutsu I have forgot. I remember just bits of them though. Damn, I really wish I kept that scroll Ryu gave me. Naruto rubbed his forehead. It'll come back to you in time. Jin said. I hope so. So how long you two plan on staying here anyway? He asked his friend and fiancé. I'm here to reclaim my fiancé. Helena said. While Jin didn't say anything, only had his eyes close. I'm 16 Helena, you're 23, I can't marry you until I'm 18 or 21. He said with a frown. Konoha has different laws here. I am Konoha's Hokage, my word is law. If Naruto want to marry Helena he can, but he'll have to be 17. I'm only saying this because this idiot left behind a lot of things beside weapons and jutsu. Is there anything other family or girlfriends you left behind I should know? Tsunade glared at Naruto. As I said Ba-chan, it's a really long story. He sighed. It was only a few hours later that rumors of Naruto Uzumaki having a fiancé spread like wildfire. Tsunade tried her best to keep it a secret. She wonders who spill out to person. As all eyes were on Naruto Uzumaki. Helena stayed at a nice hotel while Jin had left Konoha and stayed in Helena's large ship that stood out in the ocean of the Land of Fire. Though Jin came here on his own, but Helena, however, came here by air. She had her own personal helicopter. Jin used the helicopter to get back to her ship, thus leaving Helena in Konoha. Helena was fine with it. She get a chance to know the lifestyle of her fiancé. Konoha training grounds. God damn it, why can't I remember? Naruto held his head as he shouted. The young ninja sighed. Every time he tried to remember what his senseis have taught him, nothing came up. Only the lessons Jiraiya have taught him, which was a stronger Rasengan and how to counter genjutsu. Quickly anger filled him. Naruto punched a nearby tree as the middle selection of the tree burst into nothingness in Naruto's one-shot punch. His eyes widened with shock for what just happened. Looking into his right palm as it closed. Naruto knew there was something wrong, he could feel it. That was your Phoenix punch. Helena's voice was heard. Naruto looked over and saw his fiancée there smiling at her young lover. My Phoenix punch, huh? I can't remember. My mind is foggy when I try remembering what everyone has taught me. When I do remember something from everyone, I only get tiny fragments, and just now when anger filled me. He explains to Helena. It will come back to you. It's been a while, has it not? Helena said. I don't know, Helena, I have a feeling it more than just that. He frowns. How are Nita and Kana? He asked his fiancée. The two are doing well. Mizuki McLeod, she has been taking care of the two. Though she is wondering if you ever were returning, both Nita and Kana wanted to see you again. You are Kana's father figure and Nita's father. Helena's words made Naruto happy, yet he frowns. I want to see them. He said. Why not see them? They are family. No. Helena placed her hands on Naruto's shoulder. While the young ninja enjoyed the company of his fiancée, he knew Konoha would not let him leave for a second time. I know I can't leave here even if I wanted to. If I do, I'll be listed as a Rouge Ninja. The last thing I want is my home chasing after me just because I want to see my daughters. He told Helena. What if I say, I'll bring them to you? She asked him. I don't think that's a good idea. I want them to live a normal life. A ninja's life is something I don't want either of them go through. He told Helena. You sound like a father. Helena chuckled. I am one after all. He smiled. I'm still surprised my fiancé came all this way to see me. Helena chuckled again. Naruto turned around and as Helena held her fiancé's hands, as the two looked at one another's eyes. Out of anyone who came to save me, it was you who saved me from a burning tower. Helena let go of her hold of Naruto's hands and turned her back. I had help, ya know. Both me and Zack weren't gonna let you go down with DOATEC. You deserve a fresh start, Helena. Zack knew that. I know that, and so does you. He said as he wrapped his arms around Helena's stomach, bringing her closer to him. But you too deserve a fresh start, my love. Helena said as she felt Naruto's hold her closer to him. I know. He spoke those words before he kissed his fiancée. The kiss lasted for about a minute before the couple broke their kiss. I wonder what our little joy would look like. He said. I won't have a fiancé that is bound to a village that forbid him to leave even if it just to see his daughters. Helena tapped Naruto's nose and looked at him with a serious stare. But before Naruto had a chance to speak, a voice called Naruto out. Quickly Naruto let go of his hold on Helena and but held her right hand. The person that called Naruto was none other than Rock Lee, Shikamaru and Choji, Kiba. There you are. Whoa, so this is the woman who's your fiancé. Kiba grinned. Don't get any ideas, Kiba. Naruto stared at Konoha friends. So these are the friends you spoke of. I am Helena Douglas. It's a pleasure to meet the friends of my fiancé. Helena asked Naruto. Your fiancé has a strange tone of her voice. Choji noticed. That's because she's not from around here. She speak French but also many other languages such Japanese and our nation tongue. Those it Japanese to others. Naruto explained to his Konoha allies. Still bit surprised an idiot like you got her as a fiancé. Kiba shook his head. Jealous. Naruto grinned. Yeah, I am. Kiba smirked. At least Sai isn't here who knows what he would say in front of your fiancé. Shikamaru sighed. Yeah, he would speak of another joke. That guy is a bit of an at time, but there are times I think he's messing with me for fun. Naruto rubbed his forehead, hoping Sai doesn't meet Helena or any of his new friends he made across the world. So we heard you had a kid. Is Helena your baby's mama? Kiba laughed. Naruto sweat dropped with his eyes closed while sighing. No, I will be their stepmother upon marriage. Helena told Naruto's friends. Wait, who is the mother, Naruto-kun? Rock Lee asked. It's not going away, Naruto darling. Everyone wants to know. Helena told her fiancé. I'm only to tell Ba-chan this only. She the Hokage. She's my boss. Sorry guys, but there's something I don't need to tell you, nor do you have business of knowing. Come on Helena, I need to see Ba-chan. Hopefully Pervy Sage has been found. He chuckled. In one piece I hope. Helena giggled. Well, it's Ba-chan that found him. I don't think he'll be in one piece. Tsunade's office. Are you ready to tell me, Naruto? Tsunade asked Naruto as the young ninja nodded. It was about a year and 7 months ago. I was assigned to assist Ryu Hayabusa on a mission, but however upon that mission both Ryu and I were captured. Both Ryu and I were put in a different room. I thought I was back in Konoha. I thought everything that happened was a dream. It felt so real. But it turned out everything was a lie. Both Ryu and I escaped the virtual world, though both of us was on different sides of the facility. Naruto explained to the busty Hokage. Go on Naruto. Shizune said. The young Uzumaki sighed before he continued. I found Nita in a room filled with test tubes. The moment I met her, I knew there was something odd about her. I thought she was a capture child, used for testing. I break her out and took her. I later met up with Ryu who had Kana. Kana was kidnapped as well. Then we encountered that masked man. Naruto sighed. What happened next, Naruto? Tsunade asked the young blonde ninja. Naruto thought back what happened during that day. Naruto and Ryu made it to the main research room with Kana and Nita. Upon seeing Mizuki, Kana rushed over to her adopted mother, Aunt. Oh Kana, I was so worried about you. I'm so sorry. They had Kana. I had no choice. Mizuki told Ryu while Naruto glared at two people across from the room. One being a short blonde hair woman and the second being a masked man dressed in red cloak. It's fine. Ryu told Mizuki. What do you want? Ryu asked the masked man in red. The modern alchemist makes the dreams of gods come true. I wish to see the birth of a new world. The masked man said. The blonde woman known as Lovelace spoke while smiling at the two ninjas. We took a little sample of your blood, while you were sleeping. A dash of your dragon ninja DNA, and as for your cute little ninja friend, we took more of his DNA. Lovelace explains. What do you mean took more? Naruto asked Lovelace. A year ago, the battle of 5 great fiends roamed the world, yes. From New York to Russia. Remember the battle in Greece? Against the fiend, I believe his name was Volf, was it? Your blood was everywhere. My men simply took samples. We simply borrow you. Lovelace smiled. You stole me. Naruto growled. With your DNA we have found such amazing result in our experiments. But that will be explains much later. Lovelace chuckled. Lovelace noticed Nita was hiding from behind Naruto. Ah, I see you found Nita. How wonderful you two found each other. Lovelace again, she chuckles. Stealing children to experiment on, does your evil knows no limits? Ryu said. Ah, you couldn't be any more wrong, Dragon Ninja. Nita was never a stolen child. She is with her original creator right now. Naruto looked at Nita then snapped back at Lovelace. Oh yes, your guess is right. She was created from your DNA. She is your daughter, but she is also Kana's sister. Lovelace said. How can that be? Ryu asked. Very simple. We needed a stronger DNA to form blood. So we used some old DNA from our past subjects. But that's our little secret. Lovelace smiled. I'll cut those secrets from your belly. Naruto glared at Lovelace. Anyway, you Ryu, you are all descended from the dragon god, are you not, Hayabusa? While not in this prototype here, it will prove a most useful ingredient when the time comes to give birth to a new god. Lovelace turned her attention on a giant water tank that had a giant floating egg inside. You know, I think you might add something to the mix as well. Goodbye. The masked man pushed Lovelace into the water tank. Inside the water tank, Lovelace fused with the prototype egg. And in seconds the water tank bust open. What the hell? Ryu stared at what came out of the water tank. Behold the prototype of a god. It is imperfect. The once former human being Lovelace now warped into a giant tall female creature with large skin wings. Born of a warped heart, it stands before incomplete, less than whole. Yet even so, it is far mightier than a mere man. The masked man laughed. Naruto. Ryu spoke his name as both he and young ninja had their guard up. Yes, Ryu. Naruto asked, while tightly holding his giant kunai blades. Take Kana and Mizuki, keep them safe. Ryu said as he reached back drawing out his sword. Hayabusa. Mizuki asked with a fearful voice. Nita climb onto Naruto's back, wrapping her arms around his neck. The Lovelace creature roared at them. Go. Ryu shouted at them. Naruto grabbed Mizuki's right hand and ran out of the room while Ryu dealt with the prototype god creature. End of flashback. They clone you. Are you serious? Tsunade looked completely shocked. No, Nita is my daughter. They use my blood and changed it into sperm samples. And fuse it with the DNA of Kana's dead mother. Thus makes Kana my stepdaughter and Nita her stepsister. Pretty messed up, huh? He said to Tsunade. And just image if Orochimaru had ever ran into these people. Shizune said as the very thought brought chills down Naruto's spine. The base was destroyed thanks to Ryu and his battle with Lovelace. All samples of my DNA went down with the place. Nita is the only thing left of Lovelace's research. I still don't know why they took my DNA first before they took Ryu's. Naruto rubbed the back of his head. It could be because they saw the DNA your Jinchuriki was different from his. Shizune said. Maybe so, but still it's make me wonder what they were planning to use my DNA for. The young Uzumaki wonders. Naruto. Tsunade spoke with a serious stare. Yes, Ba-chan. He asked. I want to see Nita. Is there any way you could bring her here? Tsunade asked. Why? She's living a normal life. I don't want to ruin that for her. He said with a frown. But she missed you. Naruto, we wanted you back because you're important to us, not as weapon but as our fellow Konoha member. You're not just a ninja to me, you know that. Tsunade said. She rose out from her chair and walked over to him. I know, Ba-chan. He sighed. I didn't know you made yourself a life there. I wonder why Jiraiya didn't tell me this. But that doesn't matters right now. I want to see your daughter. I might as well see my granddaughter. You always call me Ba-chan no matter what I say. Tsunade smiled at her favorite young ninja. At least I know my boy has such good taste. Tsunade turned her attention on Helena. Helena smiled at Tsunade, while Helena stood behind Naruto. Both Helena and Tsunade trap him between like a sandwich. Tsunade's were in his face and Helena's were behind his head. If this was one of those hentai book, I would be so deep sandwich right now getting laid by two busty blondes. He thought. Tsunade turned away, going back to her desk, but not before giving Naruto a kiss on his forehead. Ms. Tsunade, may I ask a small favor? Helena asked Tsunade. Sure, asks away, but if it's anything about speeding up the wedding. You can wait, Kanya. Naruto's birthday is only in few more months. You can marry him when he's 17. Tsunade said with a smile. Which leave Helena to shown small sign of blushed. Ba-chan, stop teasing my fiancé, will ya? Helena wanted to know, is there anything you can do to help me? He said. With what? The busy Cage asked. I can't remember everything Helena and everyone have taught me. I can only remember what Pervy Sage taught me. I performed one of my moves a little ago, but however I had no memory of it. Every time I tried to remember it, it got foggy. The young ninja explains. Did Jiraiya do anything to you before you left? She asked. He touched my seal. Last thing I remember was he put chakra into my seal. I blacked out. When I woke we were on a boat to Konoha. He said. Memory block jutsu. Tsunade said. What? Helena said. Memory block jutsu, it's a B rank jutsu. It blocks the person's memory with chakra. Jiraiya could have wiped your memories from your whole event if he wanted to. But I guess he decided to show some mercy and only block your training memories. There are two ways for this to undo it. One, the user who original did it must be the one to do it, or two, kill the original user. But it takes 2 days for memories return if you kill the users. But in time your memories will return, but about a year's time if you are retrained. Tsunade explained to the couple. Even though what he did to me was wrong, I don't think killing him will solve my problem quickly. Since we can't find him, I guess I have starts all over again, huh? Naruto let out big disappointed sigh. No, you don't have. I am sure Jiraiya will return in time. But right now what you told me and Shizune is our little secret. I want to surprise that perverted bastard when he returns. Naruto didn't feel sorry for Jiraiya if Tsunade ever catches him. But Naruto, I am willing to let you leave Konoha again. But I know the old heads will be on my for this. But you can leave, but you need at least 3 people from Konoha that will be with you upon this journey. The choice is yours to pick. But they must be the closest people you can trust in Konoha, understand? Naruto nods his head to Tsunade. Tsunade, you're one of the people I want to travel with me. Tsunade's eyes widen for a moment, a bit shocked she was easily picked first. You did say you wanted to see my daughter, didn't ya, Ba-chan? He grinned. Who are the other 2 then? Tsunade asked. Sakura-chan and Rock Lee, he simply said. Why them? You could have picked Kakashi or Yamato. You know I can't leave, I am the Hokage after all. Tsunade said. Yeah, I know that, but you picked those I trust the most. It's been 7 months since I've returned. And lately a lot has happened. Beside, there are a few people I really wanted Sakura-chan and Lee to meet. Also, why not use this time as a little break from the village and everything? You're the Hokage, you word is law, isn't it? Why not have Shizune or Kakashi-sensei be your replacement for the time being? Again he grins. This should be interesting. Helena chuckled. Later that day at dusk, Jiraiya had arrived in Konoha unaware of Helena, and Jin had come to Konoha. Jiraiya came to Konoha to see how Naruto was doing and everything within Konoha, as upon entering the Tsunade's office the door was suddenly locked behind Jiraiya, which made him feel a little worried. Tsunade was sitting in her chair, but however, her chair was facing the window looking out to the view of Konoha. So nice for you to drop by, Jiraiya. Tsunade spoke in a calm manner. Enjoying the sunset, I see. Jiraiya smirked as he walked over to Tsunade. How everything went on your journey? She asked him. Fine, a little pain on the way back, but nothing the great toad can handle. He laughed. Good, good. Speaking of a long journey, some friends of Naruto so happen came by today. Her voice was still calm but had bit of anger. Friends. Jiraiya looked confused. I didn't know Naruto had a fiancé, nor did he have a daughter. Care to explain why you left this out? She asked. Looked Tsunade, I can explain. Jiraiya went over to Tsunade's chair, only gasped for what he saw. In Tsunade's chair was Taunton. Sitting in Tsunade's chair as a tape recorder was playing beside Tsunade's pet. Then where the real Tsunade? Jiraiya wondered. Unknowingly right above him, holding on to the ceiling, was the busty Hokage. And just as Tsunade loosened her grip, Jiraiya gasped and he turned around only to be struck down by Tsunade's drop kick to the face. Quickly recovering, Jiraiya quickly ran to the door, while trying to opening, but however the door was locked. As right behind the door was Shizune placing soundproof seals on the door. I really hope Tsunade-sama doesn't go overkill on Jiraiya. Shizune sighed while sweat dropping. With her job done, the black-haired nurse walked down the hallway, leaving Jiraiya's fate in the hands of her master. May Tsunade have mercy on his perverted soul. In a small bedroom stood a young long reddish brown hair woman, wearing a dark blue robe. She remains there for a moment until the door of the room open. The young woman looked to see a young man dressed in black from head to toe standing there with a deep stare. The young woman looked away as the young man sighed. Kasumi. He spoke her name. He's coming back. Ryu. She spoke. Be true or not. He's not tied to our village. You remember he left us without even a word. Ryu Hayabusa said to Kasumi. Sound like you don't want him to return. She looked at him with sad stare. No, he's always welcome to our village. But remember he's from another village. Do not think his village will let him go. Remember Kasumi, the life of a ninja is a dangerous one. Even for someone like him. Kasumi frowned, for what Ryu said was true. Any ninja who allies with another is listed as a traitor to his home village. Ryu looked around the room that belongs to Naruto. Seeing on the right side of the room were ninja scrolls that held different types of elemental jutsus. But if he did leave us for good, he left behind quite a lot of useful things. Ryu said. Kasumi looked to the left and saw on the wall large number of weapons that he gathered during his time in the Hayabusa village. Kasumi smiled while looking at Naruto's weapons. He had 3 pairs of katana on the wall. One was normal size for a katana, second one was a long katana blade, and the third one was a normal size blade, but that was one of Naruto's special katana he had. Upon those blades was a long naginata that had a black colored blade with a long red feature near the end of the blade. To the right of Naruto's naginata was 2 pair of sei. There was another weapon kept held underneath the sei, but it was missing. Kasumi wears Naruto's dragon blade. Ryu noticed it was missing. Safe with you know who. She say. Only I can keep it safe while he's away. Kasumi chuckled. Ryu sighed while shaking his head, knowing who has Naruto's special blade. Naruto. Kasumi wonders where he was. And what he was doing right now. Meanwhile, somewhere in Japan, somewhere out from the cities of Tokyo, a beautiful small beautiful house rests the home of the Kazama family. The sound of bringing noise was heard. Jun Kazama finished cleaning up her house. The sound caught her attention. Jun stared at Jin's laptop he left behind. Jun opened the laptop as an image of Jin's face appear on screen. Jun smiled happily upon seeing her only child. Jin, she said. Hello mother, he said with a small smile. Jin, how's everything? Did you and Helena found him yet? Jun asked her son. Jin rubbed the back of his head at first. Jin, she frowns. We found him, but there was a small problem. He told his mother. Problem? What problem? She asked. Naruto's village didn't know the things he's done over here. And well, I'm not sure if they'll let him leave again. He told his mother. Jun frowned. That's a big shame. Everyone was waiting for him to return. Elisa and Lars have been helping with Naruto's return party. Jin sweat drop. He didn't think his mother would actually do it. What, Naruto's not coming? A familiar voice yelled in the background. She's there too, huh? Jin asked his mother as he sweat drop. Asuka Kazama, another member of the Kazama household. Asuka peeked her over the laptop. Jin, you said you were gonna bring him back. You better keep your promise, damn it. She yelled. Asuka, calm down. Jun told her niece. Asuka, it isn't easy. Naruto had a time limit how long he would stay with us. I'm not saying he can't leave his village. But even he has rules to follow. Jin told his hot-headed cousin. Rules. Naruto's a ninja, he doesn't any damn rules. You bring that baka back or I'm coming there myself. She yelled again. Something tells me she would actually do it. Jin sweat drop again. I'll talk to you all later. And Asuka, don't break my new laptop, I still remember when you smashed it when he left. Jin told his cousin. Asuka puffed her cheeks and stomped off while Jun nervously chuckled with a goodbye wave as their connection turned off. Elsewhere in Konoha, Naruto's apartment. Naruto was sitting on his bed, thinking back to everyone on the other side of the world, wondering what his new friends were doing. Did all of them miss him? Did his visit alone change everyone, or did they saw him more than a close friend? But there was one thing for sure he did miss, was his daughters. Tsunade was so surprised by the news Naruto had a daughter, even though she cloned from his DNA, she was his flesh and blood, his seed. And of course he also had a stepdaughter, also 16 of age and yet father of 2. Naruto laughed at the thought. Something funny, Naruto-kun. Helena's voice was heard from the bathroom. Helena was taking a shower. Just thinking back to the wrestling match when Tina and you had to fight those guys from New York. He lie but chuckle anyway. I don't find it that funny. Naruto could already tell Helena was blushing mad. As memories serve him right, the fight was a very entertaining match that Tina and Helena display that night. Well, last time I checked, calling you and Tina ugly as dirt is a trigger for ultimate whooping. Again he chuckled. Those idiots have never seen true beauty. They had no right to me ugly as dirt. Helena came out of the shower wearing a towel. Helena's long beautiful golden blonde shine bright as water drips from her hair. That is true, because I've seen true beauty and she's standing before me. His smile made Helena blush slightly. Helena sat down beside her young fiancé. She kissed him on the right cheek. Thank you, Naruto. His words warmed her heart as always. Anytime. Also, don't you have a hotel to stay at? He grinned at his fiancé. True, but I rather stay with my handsome fiancé. Her eyes stare at him with a naughty look. Naruto sweat dropped just a bit knowing what she wanted from him. Still, your place is much nicer than mine though. He looked away from her eyes, looking around his apartment. It's not that bad. Just need a little touch of cleaning. She told him. Naruto looked at her with a, "Are you serious?" look on his face. Yeah, well, my apartment is nothing compared to your huge mansion or mansions. He remember Helena had owned many places. She never stayed in one spot for a home, always on the move. It's nice to live as a normal person once in a while. You don't have to be rich to be happy, darling. She tapped his nose. True, true, he laughed. Now why don't we end this night, shall we? You have been through much today. Helena rested her head on his right shoulder. They stare at one another for a while. The couple smiled at one another before Naruto surprise kissed his fiancée on the lips. He grabbed Helena by her shoulders as her towel slowly came off. Ah, Naruto. Helena moaned. I love Helena. I love you too, Naruto. The next morning, heavy loud nodding was heard. Naruto woke up with a tired look on his face. He sighed, wondering who was at his door at this time of the morning. Naruto got out of his bed. He grabbed his black-colored boxers, putting them back before opening the door. There in front of Naruto stood was Jin Kazama. Morning, Jin, what's up? He asked his brother figure friend. Where's Helena? Naruto jerked his head over to where his bed was. Jin looked over to see Helena's back facing them. Jin didn't say anything, only saw a large grin on Naruto's face. I have news, good news and bad news. Jin told Naruto. First, what's the bad news? He asked the Kazama. Lily is coming to visit you. Naruto sweat dropped the moment he heard Lily's name. That girl, really now? I knew she had a thing for me, but come on. I thought Asuka was bad when it come getting my attention. He sighed. You are her fiancé too, aren't you? Jin raised his right eyebrow. She believes I am. But I'm Helena's fiancé only. He frowns. Good news. He asked Jin. Tsunade found Jiraiya. Jin told him. Ga Ba-chan, I hope she didn't murder him. Naruto sweat drop. Hayabusa village. Ryu Hayabusa was outside of his room. Waiting for someone. He was as the super ninja, a nickname that many called him by. Ryu looked at his right hand to see a crushed piece of paper. But it was Naruto's letter for him. Ryu was a tough ninja teacher towards Naruto. He didn't give Naruto any time for softy, but he did tough the boy up. And for that Naruto had high respects for him, and so did the dragon ninja had high respect for Naruto. Ryu thought back to the time when they were together during one of the dangerous mission Ryu had to do during the past 3 years. It was during Naruto's last year as Ryu's student. The journey was on a remote island where rumors were there was a powerful weapon that could equal the dragon blade and had 10 times that power it had. Flashback. In a large cold icy cavern the location took place. Ryu was down on one knee. After taking down over a dozen armed men, Ryu Hayabusa was armed with his clan's infamous weapon, the dragon sword. Ryu held his right shoulder. However, Ryu wasn't alone. In front of Ryu was Naruto Uzumaki, dressed in his standard outfit of the Hayabusa village. He wore black ninja outfit from head to toe. Naruto wore a face mask to cover his face, but his eyes were exposed. Naruto had a normal katana for his basic weapon. In front of Naruto was another person. In fact, it was the enemy the two was facing together. The person standing in front of the two was a being whose appearance was that of an android. The android had a human face, but the rest of the person's body was machine from neck to toe. The android was a young-looking woman who had dark green eyes with short red hair. The android woman held the blade that Ryu and Naruto was looking for. A sword that steals the souls of men and will steal the soul of its users if the hunger grew out of control. The dragon ninja is too tired to dance. And his pup face me. The woman laughed. I'm no pup. Naruto glared at the female android. No, you're not. I see it in your eyes. You've killed before. You took the life of another person. How does it feel to have the blood of those you've slain? She asked Naruto. The young ninja remained silent. The woman only gave him a cold glare. They say that sword can be used by only those who are from the dragon bloodline can be the one who saved the world. But what about those who dream of becoming a hero? What about you? The woman asked him. I don't care what the legend said or any of that. Anyone can become a hero. Being a hero doesn't mean a happy ending will happen. He frowns. You got one thing right. There won't be a happy ending by the end of this day. Ryu Hayabusa, you will die. The woman ran towards Ryu. Naruto stood in the woman's way only for her katana blade to clash with his. Ryu doesn't have to be the one who saved the day. Anyone can become a hero. It isn't about fate or destiny, it's about doing the right thing. Naruto told the woman. Ryu stared at the young Uzumaki. He wasn't sure if Naruto could handle the fight. The android woman rammed her left hand into Naruto's stomach. Then stabbed him again with the evil blade. No! Ryu yelled. The dragon ninja ran towards them. But stopped when he heard Naruto spoke. I won't die from that. Naruto stabbed the woman in the stomach with his katana. What? How can? Blood burst out from the woman's mouth. Her eyes widened when she saw that Naruto's eyes were red. Naruto's teeth became fangs. Naruto's katana at first could barely left mark on her metal body, but now things were different. Naruto ripped his blade from the android's stomach as blood spray out from her metal body. The woman fell to the ground. I've lost. Hey, I lost. Her last words before her system shut down. The ground underneath the woman cracked as she fell into the unknown bottom. Naruto had the curse evil blade that was known as Akujiki. This evil blade consumed the souls of men for thousands of years. The fiends used this blade to counter the might of the dragon blade in the past, but however few hundred years ago. The blade was lost, never to be found ever again until now. Naruto pulled the blade from his stomach. Naruto felt the might of the blade calling to him, as he feels its dark red aura throbbing with powerful pulse. The longer Naruto held the blade, the more his appearance had changed. Naruto's eyes were now dark golden and his whisker marks on his cheeks were darker. We finally got the blade, Ryu-san. But, he paused. He looked at Ryu as the dragon ninja stood up after he recovered from his early battle. I can hear voices in my head. Telling me to kill you. Telling me you're just an ant compared to the power I have, he told Ryu. Ryu stood ready if he had to fight Naruto. What do you think we should do next? He looked at the blade. Naruto, that blade cannot exist. It's too evil, don't let it control you. The dragon ninja said. Suddenly Naruto's seal was reacting towards the evil blade. Naruto suddenly stopped hearing the voices that spoke to him. Now those voices were replaced by screams. Naruto held his head as he groans in pain. Naruto let go of Akujiki. Ryu shout at the Uzumaki. Naruto snap at glare at Ryu. Naruto ran towards the dragon ninja as Ryu stood ready to strike at the Uzumaki. But however Naruto stopped in his track. He grabbed the sword by its handles and the blade and with one strong grip. Naruto broke the evil blade with his knee. Upon being broken into two, a loud howling scream was heard in the winds. Akujiki lost its dark red aura in an instant. Now a normal lifeless blade. Naruto tossed Akujiki down into the unknown bottom, never to be seen ever again. Naruto fell to his knees as Ryu ran over to check on the young ninja. Naruto, are you okay? He asked the young boy. Naruto looked at his sensei, brother figure. Can we go home now? I'm hungry. Naruto's stomach growled loudly. Yeah. Ryu chuckled with a nod. Naruto smiled as the two journey back to the Hayabusa village. End of flashback. Ryu wonder what Naruto was doing. He wonders if the young ninja would return. Everyone in Hayabusa saw Naruto as one of their own. Sure, he was an outsider ninja. It took a while for him to be accepted by everyone. Jiraiya and Naruto lucked out when they encounter Ryu the first time. If they didn't, the Black Spider Clan ninjas would have overwhelmed them that day. But out of everyone, Naruto worked his best to have Ryu's respect. Ryu was a hero towards his village. Everyone loved and respected him. That kind of respect Naruto dreamed of. Ryu thought back towards the day that Naruto's seal broke by Jiraiya's little mistake by messing with Naruto's seal. Jiraiya told Ryu about the demon that was sealed inside him and that he was Naruto's godfather and master of his father Minato Namikaze. That day Naruto caused more harm in the Hayabusa village than any of the Black Spider clan ever did. Putting Kasumi in a coma for a month and nearly destroyed the Hayabusa village. Ryu was going to kill Naruto by the use of the dragon sword in its true form with the dragon's eye, making it the true dragon sword. But however Ryu and Momiji were able to defeat Naruto without the need of killing him. But even now Ryu believed he could have killed Naruto without the dragon's eye, as the dragon sword in its true form can kill only those of true evil. But the dragon sword even without the dragon's eye had trouble getting through Naruto's blood coat when he was in his four-tailed state. Momiji believed Ryu truly didn't want to end Naruto's life, thus the dragon sword didn't harm in true form or not because of the user's will. After that event, Ryu remembers Naruto's promise he asked of him. Ryu-san. Yeah, if I ever become that monster again, please kill me. I would rather die than become the one who nearly destroy the village. Please don't hold back on me if I ever become that thing again. I promise, Naruto. But until that day comes, you will remain by our side. Elsewhere. Konoha training ground. Naruto, Tsunade, Helena and Jin arrived together only to meet up with Kakashi, Shizune and a tied-up Jiraiya. You tie him up. Naruto looked at Tsunade. Had to make sure he doesn't sneak off again. Tsunade snapped a glare at the Toad Sage. Jiraiya sweat drop with fear after the beat-down he was given few hours ago. Jiraiya, don't you have something to say to Naruto? Tsunade's glare was so powerful Jiraiya didn't look her in the eyes. I'm sorry, he said. I'm sorry what? She said. I'm sorry Naruto, I'm sorry what I did to you. It was wrong of me to take you from that life. Now you can untie me, I can perform the jutsu to undo what I've done. The Toad Sage asked. Are you truly sorry for what did to me, pervy sage? Naruto looked at his Toad Sage teacher. Jiraiya looked up at Naruto and saw how serious the boy looked. I would be lying if I didn't enjoy you having happiest after how everyone treated you in the past. I don't care if you forget me or not. But I made a promise to bring you back once our time was up. Naruto, as much you believe this village hated you in the beginning. You are the most important thing to Konoha. The Toad Sage told his godson. Naruto didn't say anything, he only sighed with his eyes closed. You're lucky Ryu taught me well. The Hayabusa village became a second home to me. Japan became a third home to me. I made my life there, I knew everything wasn't going to last forever. But don't think I'm letting you off easy, pervy sage. Naruto opened his eyes as Shizune untied Jiraiya. The two were now staring at each other's eyes. Well, it should that you're become a greater ninja than I could ever be. It will hurt Naruto, but your memories will return. It will take a few hours before the body remembers everything everyone taught you. Jiraiya strike Naruto's stomach where his seal was. Naruto felt Jiraiya withdrawing chakra from his stomach. That should do it, the Toad Sage said. Naruto panting hard from the undoing of the memory seal Jiraiya placed on him. Feeling better? He asked Naruto. Naruto's fists tightens, he'd uppercut Jiraiya as Naruto's surprise uppercut sending Jiraiya flying at least 10 feet away. Naruto had strike Jiraiya with one of the powerful punches he was taught by Paul Phoenix. The Rising Phoenix uppercut. Much better. Naruto grinned as Tsunade also grinned while everyone else sweat drop at the sight of Naruto just uppercut his godfather. Now with that out of the way. Shizune, Kakashi, I'm going to take a break from being Hokage. I will place you two as my replacement until I return. Don't worry, I'm only taking a weekly break from my work as Hokage. The busty cage told her student and copy ninja. BB but Tsunade-sama, Shizune stunner. No buts Shizune. I'm going to see Naruto's daughters and I want to see what Naruto left behind. I am sure the village be fine in your state. Don't let those old heads bully Shizune, Hatake. Tsunade stare at the copy ninja. Yes, Lady Tsunade. Kakashi nodded. I'll bring something nice for you, Kakashi-sensei. Naruto smirked. Like what? The copy ninja asked. A book like Pervy Sage but way better, trust me. Naruto winked. Hold it right there. A familiar voice shouted. What? How the hell did she got here so fast? Naruto thought. Naruto Uzumaki. Did you really think you would escape from marrying me? As your fiancé, you cannot escape the fate of our destiny together. A young woman's voice was heard behind the group. Tsunade looked back to see a young long blonde-haired teenage girl. The young teenage girl was dressed in an all-white Victorian-style dress, white boots with red socks, red and white fingerless gloves, and a red and black gingham-patterned ascot tie. Naruto, who is this? Tsunade, Shizune and Kakashi asked him. Both Jin and Naruto sigh at the same time. Everyone, may I proudly introduce you to Ms. Lily de Rochefort. Naruto introduced the young teenage to everyone. Pleasure to meet you all. I am honored to meet my fiancé, friends and family. And good to see you again, Jin and Ms. Helena. Lily bowed her head. How the hell did you get here? Naruto asked Lily. Lily laughed loudly. It was quite easy. When Jin answers one of my email's messages, Sebastian tracked his location. And bang, I found my Naruto's hidden village. Lily again laughed. Wait, you said you're Naruto's fiancé? Tsunade asked Lily with a confused look. Ba-chan, she believes she's my fiancé, but Helena's my real fiancé. He told her. No. I'm Naruto's fiancé, his one and only. I will not have my fiancé be stolen from me by the likes of another lady. It was our fate to be together. It was destiny to that had Naruto come in and save my life from those kidnapper thugs. Lily held her hands together and looked into the sky. So much for our village being a hidden village. Naruto sweat drop as he glared at Jin. Please forgive Lily for her sudden behavior. She was so looking forward to see you, Master Naruto. An old man's voice spoke. Naruto looked beside Lily was her butler and teacher Sebastian. You came along too, Sebastian? Naruto asked Lily's butler. But of course, wherever Ms. Lily goes, I shall follow her. Sebastian told the young Uzumaki. Look, Lily-chan, as much as I am happy to see you again, I should be going. I'm leaving home and, before Naruto even had a chance to finish what he say, Lily silenced him by placing her right index finger on his lips. If you think I'm letting you get away from me again, you're wrong, Naruto Uzumaki. I am your fiancé, and as your fiancé it is my duty to ensure our happiest shall reach new heights. Marriage shall be the ultimate goal of our destiny together. Lily told Naruto. Naruto was at least Lily and Helena wasn't going at each other's throat like they were in the past. Since both of them love Naruto dearly, Lily challenged Helena a match for Naruto's love and have the right to be his fiancé. Helena won the match, but however Lily never gave up and always view herself as Naruto's fiancé, his one and only. Lily grabbed Naruto's right arm and nuzzled against him. The young ninja couldn't help but smile at the young girl. She was crazy about him ever since he saved her from being kidnapped by hired thugs. Naruto, tell me before we leave. Do you have any other girlfriends or fiancés I should know about? Tsunade had her arms crossed while giving him a strong motherly stare. Naruto paused for a moment before he laughed nervously. You're on your own this time, darling. Helena told her young fiancé. Lily let go of Naruto and went over to Helena's side after she saw Tsunade's stare. I may have befriend a few women here and there, but our relationship never may pass the friend zone, I think. Okay, maybe I've kissed a few women, maybe bit of second base. He dares not to make full eye contact with Tsunade. Naruto met many women who he really liked and made to second base or had a strong relationship with. Okay, I believe you for now. But tell me this, how many women who are your girlfriends or fiancé beside Helena and Lily? Tsunade asked again with a motherly stare. They're two girls I met and fell in love with. He smiled a bit. He avoided telling Tsunade about the other women he knows. Who are they and what they are to you? She asked her godson. There's Momiji. She's my girlfriend, and then there's Kasumi. She and I are very close. He left it at that. How close are we talking about? She asked him. She was my first. He told her. Tsunade paused as the news of Naruto had with a woman. During the 3-year trip, having a fiancé shock her, having a daughter and stepdaughter nearly gave her a heart attack, and now finding out her godson had at an early age with a woman who might be his girlfriend, or worst, she was not up with his baby. Tsunade's face went from a face of complete shock transform into a face of pure anger. Everyone took one big step back away from the busty Hokage. Naruto. Naruto froze in place as Tsunade slowly came towards him. Tsunade placed her hands on his shoulders as if she was about to yell at him. Naruto closed his eyes waiting for her to shout at him or beat the living shit out of him. She's not pregnant, is she? Tsunade's personally sudden shift to a friendly face. Huh. He looked confused. She's not pregnant, is she? Tsunade asked him again. Naruto felt a dark aura around Tsunade's friendly behavior. He felt Tsunade's grip on his shoulder suddenly tighten. No, she's not. But I really love her. I love her, Momiji, Lily and Helena. I love my daughters also. Beside with Kasumi I used a con. Good. That's what I wanted to hear now. Let's go, I wanna see your daughters. Tsunade smiled. Tsunade pat Naruto's back and walked off. For a second I thought she was going to kill me. Good thing she doesn't know Helena and I banged last night. Naruto thought. Long as these girls keep him in line. I don't care. My Naruto deserved to be happy after everything he'd been through. Tsunade looked back to see Lily talking to Naruto while the young Uzumaki rubbed the back of his head. Helena kissed Naruto on the right cheek as Lily's face flashed red with anger as she was yelling at Helena. Lily grabbed Naruto, pulling him away from Helena as Helena laughed and Jin just shook his head. It was time for Naruto to return to what he left behind. Naruto Uzumaki was accompanied by Tsunade, Rock Lee, Sakura Haruno, Jin Kazama, Helena Douglas, Lily de Rochefort and her butler Sebastian as the group traveled together by boat due to Naruto's friends having never been in a plane. Tsunade had left the village in the hands of Shizune and Kakashi Hatake. The group was told by Helena that they would arrive in Japan within 10 hours or less, at best depend on the weather. Standing outside on the upper deck, Naruto was having a chat with Rock Lee and Sakura. His two friends were still a bit shocked about him having so much left behind. So Naruto, what's the first thing you'll do when we arrive? Rock Lee asked Naruto. Not sure. To tell ya the truth. I got a lot to catch up on, but first I want to see my girls. He chuckled with a big grin. I'm still surprised you're a dad, Naruto. Sakura smirked at her blonde teammate. Yeah, I was shocked the first time when I found out about Nita and then Kana. I can't wait to see them again. He sighed with a big smile. Both Rock Lee and Sakura smiled. Naruto had never been this happy, at least not around them. Naruto. They heard Helena's voice. We'll be arriving in Japan soon. Thanks, Helena. He smiled at his beautiful fiancée. So Naruto, why did you pick these two to accompany you? Helena asked him. Naruto looked at his friends with a smirk before he gave Helena his answer. The style of fighting Lee and super bushy brow use reminds me of Forest Law and his father's way of fighting. And I think Lee and Forest would make good rivals. Besides, Lee always looks forward to new challenges. And what about me? Sakura asked. Well, there are a few people I want you to meet, Sakura-chan. He smiled. Like who? She asked. Sakura-chan, do you like wrestling? His question was. Well, I do enjoy watching it on TV at home. Why? Sakura looked curious. I'll keep it a secret, Sakura-chan, for now. Besides, no need to rush. Besides, I want my friends to meet my new friends. I could bring almost the whole crew, but maybe another time. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. About 2 hours later, Jin Kazama was standing on the front deck of Helena's large ship with his mind focused on other matters besides helping Naruto. Jin, that's your name, right? Jin looked over his right shoulder to see Sakura Haruno. Yes, he said coldly. He reminds me of Sasuke, but only a little, she thought. What is your relationship with Naruto? She asked. He's my friend, he said. He helped save my mother. He also saved me too. I owe him a large debt. How he did that? She asked. I was born with an unusually gift. A gift from my father. My mother was the only good thing that has ever happened to me in my life. As a child, I never knew who my father was or who my grandfather was. When I was 15, my mother and I were attacked by a being called Ogre. The memories of losing his mother and being focused on seeking his grandfather for help became one of his greatest mistakes, and yet some good came out of it. What happened next? Naruto told me your mother is alive and well, right? Jin nodded. I thought she was dead until a few months back. He looked at the sky as he remembered the day, how that day turned out, and how ugly the outcome almost became. A tournament was being held roughly 3 weeks after the 6th Tekken tournament I held. Someone was behind it. I was found in a desert after failing to free myself from my cursed bloodline. It was Naruto and Raven who found me. During the tournament that was called the Tekken Tag Tournament, there was a dark power that revived my great-grandfather whom I defeated in the 5th tournament. I wasn't sure what was going on. But I asked Naruto and a few others whom I could trust to help me stop him. It was around during the finals when things started to not make any sense. After defeating both my grandfather and my great-grandfather, Naruto and I encountered Ogre. Together we defeated him, but Ogre had another form called True Ogre. He was much stronger in this form. He almost defeated us. What happened next? She asked. A bright light came to our aid and defeated True Ogre. When Naruto and I awoke, I was home. Back at my old home before it was destroyed by Ogre, but we were at Mother's water garden. My mother, Jun Kazama, was alive and well. I had no idea how it was possible or where she'd been all this time, but there one thing for sure, she was alive. 6 months ago. Jun's garden. My mother Jun Kazama was the final foe left in the tournament. She had secretly joined the tournament and defeated many warriors along her path. My mother was very skilled. I learned the art of fighting from her first. Neither Naruto nor I was in the shape to fight my mother. Jun said with a motherly smile. Mother. Jin looked shocked to see his mother alive. That's your mother. Naruto looked at Jin with a shocked look as well. I'm so proud of you. You've become a very handsome young man. But I'm afraid I shall be your final challenge before you can claim your prize. Jun entered her fighting stance. Jin, Naruto muttered carefully. You know neither of us are in the shape of fighting, even if she's your mother. We have to defend ourselves. I know, but I won't fight my mother. He bared his teeth. But then Jin's tattoo that bore the devil gene started to glow bright purple. Jin held onto his left arm as he sensed an evil aura familiar to his own. Jun frowned when she saw Jin's tattoo. Naruto stood in front of his friend while Jin was fighting the dark power surging within him. Jin fell to his knees. Come on. Keep it in control, man, he muttered. I am, but I feel something strong, something evil close by. Jin struggled for control, as he felt his dark side, which was known as Devil Jin, was crawling to the surface. Naruto and Jun saw a tattoo appearing on Jin's forehead. Jun walked towards Naruto and Jin, and placed her forehead against Jin's. Jin, I'm so sorry for the trouble I've caused you. I should have had my brother took you in, not your grandfather. Can you forgive me? She asked. Jin felt his darkness being pushed down by something. Naruto watched as Jun used her power to ease Jin's devil power. Mother, I forgive you. I missed you so. Jin wrapped his arms around his mother's hip and hugged her. But then something happened. Jin's devil tattoo gave out a large pulse that echoed loudly. Jun gasped when she heard it and held her right arm in pain. Jin let go of his mother as he and Naruto watched. Jun fell to her knees in pain. Mother! Jin yelled. Jin was about to go to his mother's side, but Naruto stopped him before he could. Jin, don't you see it? He asked. Jin looked around as the beautiful garden started to change from a beautiful color of light to dark colors while some of the trees started to rot away. The once pure liquid water started to become a dark, thick purple liquid. The skies quickly began to darken. Jun's body started to glow with purple aura. Jun leaned her head down, staring at the purple water. When Jun lifted her head, in an instant her body and personally changed completely. She was now half with the purple liquid rising and covering her lower body, and Jun's once beautiful brown eyes were now golden yellow, and her kind smile had been replaced by an evil smirk. Jun sank into the purple water. Naruto and Jin waited for her to resurface, but then they felt something grab them from below. It was Jun. Jin kicked his mother in the face with his left foot before she even had the chance to drag them into the water. Rising upward, Jun again smiled at the two. Jun swung her right arm at them, causing purple spikes to emerge from the water. Jin and Naruto dodged them, but they kept coming. Jun raised both her hands in the air but nothing seemed to happen. Naruto looked and saw a giant water hand came out from behind Jin and was about to crush him. Jin, watch out. Naruto pushed Jin out of the way only to be smashed by the giant hand of Jun. Naruto! Jin yelled, rushing over to his friend. He was alive but knocked out cold by a giant water hand. Jun smirked evilly as Jin glared at her. Mother! Stop this. You're stronger than this. My power is nothing compared to your light. Your light was the one that helped me control my power. Fight it, mother. Fight it, he shouted. Jun heard Jin's voice reaching to her and she grasped her head in pain as she fought to rein in the evil energy that had taken over her body. You're weak. Neither you nor the boy can control such power, a new voice said. Both Jin and Jun gasped when they heard the voice was so very familiar to them. Jun looked back only to see a hand grab her by the face. The unknown person was none other than Kazuya Mishima, Jin's father and Jun's ex-lover. I'll take that power. Jun felt the devil gene power being drained from her body. Kazuya let go of Jun's face as she fell to the water, utterly lifeless. Kazuya started to laugh evilly as he transformed into his devil form. Yes, my power. Yes, my power. Devil Kazuya laughed and flew off into the skies. Naruto woke to the sound of Kazuya's laughter, but opened to his eyes to see a shocked Jin and Jun's body slowly falling deep into the water. In a blast of energy, Jin instantly transformed into Devil Jin. He grew 2 pair of horns on his head, the devil tattoo was shown on his forehead, and his eyes were deep gold, or amber. His teeth had become sharp fangs. On his back was 2 large black feathered wings. Raghhh. Devil Jin shouted in fury, his rage focus on one thing and one thing alone, the death of his father, Kazuya Mishima. Devil Jin's wings spread afar as he was about to take off into the skies. Jin, wait. Naruto called out to his friend. His voice fell deaf to Devil Jin's ears. Jin took off into the sky, thirsty for revenge. Damn it, Naruto cursed. He looked to where Jun fell. She's the only one who can help Jin. I gotta act fast. He ran over to the area and drove down into the dark water only to find there was a deep area down below. End of flashback. So it was Naruto who saved your mother. Jin nodded. While in my devil form I was so filled with rage I couldn't find my father. But I heard my mother's voice reaching out to me. Once again she saved me from being consumed. When I finally got control of myself, I found myself in a city, and I found my father. But someone had already defeated him, I wasn't sure who it was. But whoever that person was, had the same warm light my mother had. Jin sighed with a small frown. You've been through a lot, Jin, Sakura said with a frown. Remind you of Sasuke? He asked. Sakura looked shocked. Naruto told me about him. Naruto made a joke about how he and I are almost alike. The only difference is he was about to save me and I'm not much of a jerk face, he said. Jin chuckled. What is Naruto to you? She asked. At first I thought he was just a fly in my way. But in the end he became one of the few friends who I'm very lucky to have. He knows what it's like to carry a weight. We both have a power that can hurt those we care for and love. My mother, my cousin, my friends and everyone have a special relationship with him. But there are times I wonder about the thing he went through. Jin walked by Sakura as he left the front deck but not before he spoke last few words to Naruto's female teammate. The friendship you have with Naruto, don't waste it. A friend like him is hard to come by. He is worth being your friend and those who hurt you just for being their friend. Choose your friends wisely or it may bite you. Jin looked at Sakura, who nodded with a small smile. A few hours later, they finally arrived at the dock where a group was waiting for Naruto, much to his surprise. There waiting for the group to arrive was an older-looking man wearing a biker leather jacket with dark blue jeans. He had a very unusually hairstyle. His blonde hair was standing straight up. The woman beside the blonde man had long brown hair in a long ponytail hairstyle and light blue eyes. She wore a long dark blue dress and small of brown shoes. The most noticeable thing about the woman was that she was fixed to 6 months pregnant. The third person was also a woman, but she was a younger woman with short pink hair. She wore an outfit consisting of a light and dark purple ombre dress slantingly split down the front that ended in a back skirt, with a white belt decorated with chains with 3 blue roses on the side, and white boots with black cuffs. These 3 people were Paul Phoenix, Michelle Chong, Elisa Boskanovich, and one person whom Naruto wasn't familiar with. But beside those 4 people, standing in front of them were 2 little girls. One had short blonde hair with bright blue eyes, and the second had short red hair with bright blue eyes as well, and both little girls wore white small dresses. Daddy! The 2 little girls shouted. The 2 little girls ran towards Naruto, who welcomed them with open arms. Naruto smiled at his 2 lovely daughters, Kana and Nita. Hey kid. I see you came back. Paul laughed with delight. He rubbed Naruto's head, messing up his spike hair. Gah, not again. Naruto ruffled his hair as Paul always did that. But Naruto smiled at his father figure, Sensei. Who are they? Michelle asked Naruto. These are my friends, Rock Lee and Sakura Haruno. So this is the kid with kicks like Forest. Naruto nodded, and Paul grinned. Guys, this is one of my senseis, Mr. Paul Phoenix. And these are Ms. Michelle Chong and Elisa Boskanovich. He turned to Paul. Where's the others? He asked. Ah, everyone is kind of busy. But they said they'll catch up with you in your welcome back party, Paul told the young Uzumaki. Paul, that party was supposed to be a surprise party. Michelle admonished. They both quickly covered their mouths, and Naruto laughed. It's okay guys. Surprise or not, I'll welcome that party anyway. He smiled. Daddy, Grandpa also has a surprise for you too. Nita told Naruto excitedly. So you two actually hit it off, huh? Took my words at last, huh Paul? Paul just smiled while giving Naruto the thumbs up. Boy or girl? He asked the two. A girl. Paul rubbed the back of his head. Does Julia know? He asked them. She knows, and well, it's gonna be a while before she calls me dad, Paul laughed. Man, who would have thought? Paul and Michelle. Well then again I did help Paul out, he's had feelings for her since the first tournament. I'm glad it worked out for them. Naruto smiled. I'm bit disappointed you didn't introduce your friends to me. The fourth person spoke to Naruto. Naruto looked at the fourth person. The fourth person was a skinny short blonde hair man. The short blonde hair man wore red sweatpants along with red sweatshirt. Do I know you? Your voice is familiar, have we met? He asked the man. It's me, Naruto. The skinny man said with a deep stare. Naruto paused for a moment. Moment became a minute as the Uzumaki stare at the skinny man. No way. Is that you? Bob. He looked deeply shocked. You've lost a lot of weight, what happened? He stare. Let's say being famous is a pain. The slim Bob sigh. Kana tugged on Naruto's right arm. Yes Kana. He asked his stepdaughter. Kana whispered something to him, and Naruto frowned for a moment but quickly his smile returned. He gave a nod and when he did, Kana let out a small laugh of joy. We'll do that after we stop by home, okay? That's goes for you too, Nita. He looked at his blood daughter. Like her half-sister, Nita also let out a small laugh of joy. Kana and Nita grabbed both of Naruto's hands. I have so much to catching up to indeed, he thought. Elsewhere. Somewhere stood a giant glass tube that held a red-haired woman without arms or legs. There was a device that was hooked to the back of her head. The woman appeared to be asleep. So this is what the team found in the ice caverns. A deep male voice said. So it seems, still don't know who she's with or what caused her to be like this. A woman replied. Doesn't matter. What of the other item they found? The man asked. Some broken sword. Looks like a piece of junk to me, the woman sighed. Junk to some but could be more useful to us, Anna. The man said. Whatever you say boss, the woman known as Anna Williams said. Anna wore her trademark long red dress. I sense a great power within this woman. I almost lost my power too, thanks to that winged woman. I have to gain my full power back soon, the man thought. For now, leave her be. When she wakes I want to know who she is, who she works for, and what was her mission is. Understood Anna. The man said with a deep glare. Why yes of course, Mr. Kazuya, Anna said with stutter in her voice. Kazuya Mishima, still alive and still head of G Corporation, wore his infamous dark purple suit he wore during his days as the CEO of Mishima Zaibatsu. Anna left the room with Kazuya. The red-haired android stood floating in the water tank. A red aura suddenly glowed around it for a moment. Around the stomach area of the android, there was a deep stab wound. However, the stab wound suddenly closed. Awaken, my vessel, a dark voice spoke within the android's mind. The android's eyes shot open as her once green eyes were now replaced by crimson red. Somewhere in Japan, standing on a rooftop of a tall building was a woman with blonde hair wearing a brown trench coat. The woman looked down below where many mortals lived normally. The woman had a saddened frown on her face. I feel his darkness yet I cannot find him. Devil, where are you hiding? But then the woman sensed the aura of someone who had just entered the city. So the star of light has returned. Staying longer, I hope. This world will need your light very soon, little one. She smiled. The woman looked up at the skies as a pair of large white feature wings came out from her back. The woman known as Angel took off into the heavens. But for now, my search goes on. Live your life to the fullest, Naruto. I'll be needing help again very soon.